2019, and welcome to this episode of the FANMEN podcast. I'm DJ Gove.
Chris Davis.
Sean Hogarty.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, gents.
First time we're getting together in January 2019.
Been a hot minute here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. We've been out and about doing stuff and, holiday stuff. I mean, we did so much right before anyway, so.
Licking our wounds after the wives smacked us around.
Yeah. It's been rough. So, it takes, how many times you have to wash your leg to get the kerosene off it? It's pretty rough, so.
It's been rough for us. Everybody else seemed to enjoy us getting smacked around a bit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I had to go bury Gonzo even deeper into the closet so no one could get at him, so.
So it's
the concept of Gonzo in the closet, though, he always seemed like he was a little.
Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna do like a live stream, and I'm gonna actually bring Gonzo, and he's gonna be sitting on a stool, and hell yeah,
that's a good idea.
Give him a headset and a mic and everything. He can't talk, but.
All right. So it's been a couple weeks since we had the FANMEN holiday party where we recorded that end of year wrap up.
Yeah.
And it's been fun in the last week or so since we actually put out that episode, hearing people enjoying the repeated abuse of DJ.
Comments from people that I didn't even realize were listening.
Yeah. People like to hear me get yelled at, I guess.
No.
No.
Did you do a word count?
I didn't do a word count.
In the dozens.
Yeah.
I get very defensive of my stuff.
No.
I gotta protect.
Oh, spectacular!
Protect the wall. I'm very protective of my stuff. I like my stuff. My stuff is.
I think that's
what I have going for me. It's all I have.
That's
lighten up, Francis.
It's all I got.
No, it's the defining. The defining FANMEN.
It's DJing his stuff.
Well,
stuff you're on way after the wife is.
Yeah. So those of you that have listened to that and given us feedback, thanks. It's been fun.
Appreciate it. It's been fun seeing all the comments, hearing from all.
Yeah, it was a little. I don't want to say overwhelming, but it was unexpected.
Yeah,
it was unexpected.
Yeah, well, that
not for me.
Yeah, we will be discussing, how and when the wives reappear to abuse us. We may scheme to figure out how to use them in the future.
And if we don't bring them on enough, they'll probably start their own.
And actually, if any of you have any ideas of how you'd like, what questions you'd like the wives to answer about us or vice versa, definitely hit us up, Facebook, Twitter, all that other
good
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I had a couple of guys at work listen, and it's like, like I said, we all work in some form of like IT kind of stuff. So everyone has like a thing, but it's like, people didn't realize that. Like, I knew you had a lot of shit, but you seriously had that much shit.
Yeah, the comments were similar.
It kind of got around at work that because I don't like go to work and like hand out stickers and stuff. Like, hey, listen to this. I don't do it, but so one of my buddies knows, and his wife was listening to it because she talked about it online. He's like, do you seriously you have a fucking Muppet? I'm like, yeah, I have a Muppet. It's like, and yes, I have a Millennium Falcon. I have 19 lightsabers, and I have this, and I have 1,000 Funko Pops. And
19 lightsabers?
Take them up there. Actually, I almost bought another one today because they re-released the Obi-Wan Kenobi one.
I need to know if you're actively trying to get divorced. Like, is it a goal?
Yes.
You're trying to drive her out?
No, it's one of those things. It's like, I grew up super duper broke. Like, I only ever had like toys and stuff as a kid because either I got them from my uncles or my grandparents to take me to Spags when we hit the clearance bin. So it's like, I decided when I grew up and I had money, I was going to backfill the childhood.
You get some money, you were getting some stuff.
If you get divorced, it's going to be 2.5 FANMEN.
Yeah, 2.5.
She will cut every one of those lightsabers in half.
I know.
You'll get the
that's brutal.
I know. Yeah, I love my lightsabers. Although, so if we're speaking lightsabers, I'm pissed off. So one of the lightsabers I have is we're going way back, company called Museum Replicas. Used to make lightsabers.
Yeah.
Way before Hasbro got into the game. And I have the Mace Windu Master Replicas or Museum Replicas lightsaber, the purple one. Very, very limited. I've been offered insane money for it. I had one guy for me almost $900 for it because it's in the box still. Like, I never opened it.
Wow.
I was like, nah, I'm going to hold on to it because I'd seen it go for actually a little bit more than that online. I was like, fucking Hasbro just shipped a Mace Windu lightsaber. So now I blew my chance on that one.
That's one of the things I learned in various, I guess, startups and financial situations, in the past few decades is when you have stuff that's in the money,
you got to sell it at the moment,
or at least sell some of it, right? You gotta. I'm going through this with my comic collection right now, right?
Think of all the variants and stuff that spiked, and now they're sitting there.
Yeah. But yeah, so let's talk about stuff.
Yeah.
So I know the year is young.
Yeah.
Besides any, obviously nothing you got for Christmas or nothing like that, or holiday stuff. Has anyone made a big purchase this year so far?
I had an accident. I think it was either
but it wasn't an accident.
either sometime in the last couple nights, sitting on the couch next to Jen while we were watching.
This happens as you get older.
Yeah,
you have accidents at night.
We were watching Bird Box, the new Netflix.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
And somebody from the CBCS forum, so that's one of the grading companies for comics, had posted a link to, hey, I have a bunch of eBay auctions going on, some cool stuff, right? And so I went over and looked, and he had a bunch of stuff, including a lot of decent quality Batman issues, most of which I have, but there were a couple older ones that I don't, but all of them are tagged with, spend $100, get free shipping. Well, I won the one book that I think it's Batman 142. It's an older, early 60s or something.
Is it a key or anything? Is it like a first?
No.
Just a gap filler.
Yeah, I think I won it for $30, and it's very good condition. But I got what I think was a fair and good deal on it. But once you spent $34, and he has a bunch of other nice quality Batman books.
Well, and what was shipping on the first one?
$5. Right. So I ended up spending another $66 or $80 to avoid.
You saved $5, and that's the important thing.
I saved 5 times 27 different issues.
Oh, Jesus.
27 different auctions, about 35 issues. Yeah.
Oh, so you went ham.
Yeah. So I only spent $118 for about 34 issues of Batman. All but 2 or 3 of which I already had.
Were they? Now I'm confused. Are these all pre-graded and some?
No. These are
raw.
Okay.
These are raw issues.
It's just a guy who's like a grader. He's on the forum kind of thing.
Yeah, no, he's not a grader. He's just a collector.
Okay, I got
just random dude. Totally random. But yeah. So I spent $118 free shipping on a bunch of Batman books, almost all of which I didn't need. Only 3 of which I actually needed. But.
So you were buying dupes on some of the others.
Yeah. But upgrades, I think most of them will be in better shape or whatever.
So now the key is to sell the original.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk.
Yeah.
I know your Batman collection goes much further back than mine.
Actually, yes. I should actually. Yeah. Thanks, Chris. So that's a good idea. Yeah, I need to. So I do need to.
You're welcome.
But so, yeah, I bought something.
Nice. I'll go next since Chris has the mother load.
Yeah.
So one thing I got was, and I'd pre-ordered a while ago, but it came in finally, was I had the Bombshells DC statue series that I collect.
Yep.
The Batman and Catwoman one came out.
That one's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really nice. I got it out of the box.
DC's signature series or something?
It's the actual...
DC Select?
DC Select, I think, distributes it, but it's the series is the actual Bombshell series.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
that was from the second round of variant covers they did before Bombshells, I think.
I think you're right.
Because I collected the full runs of both.
Yeah, the Bombshell artwork is great. So it's like the Bombshell Catwoman, which is like basically like a Mad Men secretary kind of thing.
Yep.
And then Batman, he looks kind of not Gotham by Gaslight, but kind of like 1940s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a pretty cool statue.
It's beautiful.
I grabbed that, and I bought a new hockey jersey. My Geeky Jerseys website finally, after probably 6 years, unretired the Crusaders 66 Batman hockey jersey.
Oh, really?
So the jersey looks like the side of the car.
It's got the rocket red piping and the spinner.
It's balling. So
logo.
I finally got one of those, and then just out in the blue, I found a couple Chase Pops just sitting on shelves. So I got stuff I usually don't even care about. It was like Sofia Vergara from Modern Family.
They have a pop.
They have
it's Modern Family.
Yeah, they have Modern Family pops now. So I got the Sofia Vergara just because my wife can't fucking stand her, hates the woman.
And so that's why you get.
Yes, that's why I bought it.
Pop?
Yes. Yeah. I bought that. Well, plus it was
any particular reason why she hates her?
There's some pathology there.
She can't stand her voice, but also she married Joe Manganiello, who's like my wife's thing.
Oh yeah.
So now she really fucking hates
her. The two of them are a fine-looking pair.
Yeah, well, it's the same reason when I was a kid I hated Gavin Rossdale from Bush for marrying.
And you throw Manganiello in there, and they're even finer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like my hatred for Brian Austin Green.
Yes, exactly.
Got it.
So yeah, so nothing crazy. I am honestly not fucking around. I'm going to try to behave this year. The Funko Pop thing, I'm going to cut way back on.
Good.
I am. There's actually,
Smart.
I think it's February 2nd out in Springfield at the mall in Springfield. They're doing the whole food court area. They're opening up. They're doing like a pop swap. So I bring all my doubles down there and try to sell some off or trade some for some other stuff and consolidate.
That would be good.
I just got too many of them. But I'm going to try to be good this year. I want to try to work on my comic collection. So I'm going to try to start.
We have an opportunity here.
Yes. No, I know. Oh, actually, there is something of yours that I actually want to buy.
Oh yeah, what?
I don't want to say in case my kid ever hears this because I want to buy it for her.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And then I want to start doing.
Telling you, Athena.
No. I still want to. I think I want to start doing the Perez Titans run. I want to get some of those back because I used to have I think I used to have 1 through 10, and then I had 1 through 10, and then I had 42, 44, 45, the Judas contract ones.
Yeah.
I think, is it only 3 or was there 4 of them?
I have the trade. I don't have.
Whatever. Yeah. So I had those, and they were part of my comic destruction. So I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. I got college coming up, so
you got a couple 10 poles in there, but you can piece together a good chunk of that run.
Yeah. It's one
relatively affordable.
I have a slab of
2,
44, 45,
2 is
46.
the first
Yes.
Deathstroke, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have that one slabbed. It's actually a UK Pence version,
nice.
but I actually got it slabbed and it came out.
Yeah, I mean, they
nice.
got
I have number 1, the UK
Nice.
Pence version.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we bought them. From
We
the
probably
same-
bought
yeah.
at the same
We
time.
bought them
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the hall.
I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
I've seen some
Same
ones,
collection.
and the price isn't scary.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
slabbed obviously.
it's not.
I'm just gonna buy it. I'm not gonna.
That's an
Correct.
attainable run.
It is, yeah. So I might work on that, but we'll see how the year goes. I also got a shit ton of movies to watch and everything. So
Yeah.
okay.
Well, so that actually sounds like looking forward this year, we actually should revisit what didn't DJ buy on a weekly basis.
Yeah, so my wife yells at me, I can beg. Well, look, I could have bought. I'll just keep tabs of all the shit that came out that I
So
wanted.
this is essentially like Jay and Silent Bob get old. We're going to keep DJ honest, and he's going to come. It's been 7
Yes.
days since I bought a pop figure.
yes.
That's
touch 2.
all right.
I'm gonna, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was in line at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah. You need to be updating us on what you could have and wanted to and felt the urge to, but didn't.
Okay.
And then the things
It's
that
an
you
important
did
step.
buy, we're gonna. Yeah, it is.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
I want
so
you
I had,
refining your taste.
Yeah. So I had the Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber in my hand today,
Mhm.
and then I had I almost bought another. They re-released the Power Rangers Morphers. And I had one in my hand today. I was like, I should get this. But I was like, but I already have one open and one in the box. I don't need a third one.
Mhm.
So yeah,
See?
so
That's progress.
exactly.
That the line of not buying more of exactly what you have is kind of the hoarder line. So that was a good.
Yeah.
That was
It
a good
is,
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have the opportunity to get that third one that you really
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, I don't need for any reason. But I did also buy 3 t-shirts this week. But that's okay.
T-shirts. I mean,
T-shirts
you
are
wear
bad
T-shirts,
lately.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't get rid of the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I got to thin the herd.
yeah. We'll segue to that. So the TeePublic store is doing a sale at the end of the month, 30% off everything on TeePublic.
Including FANMEN merchandise.
Exactly.
Wearing it
exactly.
now.
I'm
So if you want to
looking
go buy
at-
like a real t-shirt for yourself
Yeah.
and you feel bad for us, go over and pick up a FANMEN t-shirt.
Chris, that one looks pretty nice.
You feel
It
bad
does.
for us. Who's feeling bad for us?
Yeah. It's,
Okay, so that's here's the fun part. Chris, what'd you buy? Well, I set the stage first.
Set the stage first. Well, I'm going to, before getting into what I bought this week, my favorite thing in this world is when you pre-order something so far in advance
yeah.
that you forget about it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden
Especially
you get a shipping
when you paid for it
notification.
back then.
I
So
love
that
that.
when it
Already
comes in,
paid for.
Yeah.
The number of times I've told Jen, oh, that's a pre-order. I realize we've talked about cutting back spending,
Yeah.
this past month or whatever, but I paid for that a year and a half ago. Sideshow
So-
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mondo.
Oh, my.
So magically, the week before Christmas, the Mondo Batman, the animated series 6-scale statues
So nice.
shipped, which I had forgotten that
When
I
did those sell?
a year and change ago.
Right, yeah.
It was at least a year ago
It was a while ago.
where they released it. And I was like a kid on Christmas morning. Like they have to pack the second cape in a separate box.
Yeah.
Because it's so loud, the multiple heads, the different, I mean, you have the grappling hook, you have all the different hands and attachments for it. So yes, I did buy something this week, but I was way more excited when this random box showed up and you're like, oh my God, I completely forgot. Because I think it was at least a year ago.
It was a long time ago. I had that with, I think you might have got one too, because I told you about it. So all of a sudden, like, these boxes started showing up. Like, what am I want? Like, what is this? And it was like the pop in a box Harley Quinn from the animated series pops just randomly showed up.
That took forever and a day. I'm still waiting for the Jack and Sally.
Really? Yeah, I got the hard.
That one hasn't shipped yet.
And then there was like some weird website that had a metallic Tommy Power Rangers one that just showed up out of the blue. So I got some stuff, and I'm like, same thing. I'd be like, look, I paid for these forever ago. Why do you need to?
The Harley Quinn ones were 4 months ago, 5 months ago, and it barely showed up in time for Christmas.
Yeah. So that was cool. So I was able to throw one of those on the tree for the kid. So she was ecstatic.
Yeah, one's under the tree and one's in that white box right there.
There we go.
Mine's still hiding down here.
So is the Mondo Batman statue open?
The Mondo Batman statue is open.
So we will have to see the Mondo Batman statue after this. Because I'm very curious. You have to show us.
Beautiful.
Is it?
It's gorgeous in person.
Yeah.
It would look nice on my
I wanted it. It was just when they went on pre-order, the money wasn't right at the time.
I'm trying to see. My struggle is that I'm such a completionist. So if I get one, I want to finish. Like the hockey jersey thing.
Yeah.
That bothers me.
Yes, me too.
That bothers me that they're going away. And there's another add-on to this line. They're doing a Mr. Freeze. They're doing
they are
multiples. There's going to be a Joker. There's going to be
animated series Mr. Freeze is going to look awesome.
Yeah. Side note: did you see the Sideshow premium format Mr. Freeze? They just gave the
oh my God, it looks amazing.
Holy shit! Like, why didn't you look at that in a movie?
That
premium format. What is that going to be like? $700?
Yeah, they're like $7.99.
I saw the Batgirl one that just
the Batgirl one's ridiculous. The Aquaman one.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, the nice thing about premium format, I can barely store and display 6 scale, so the premium format's just not an option.
I'm done. I don't have a spot for another premium format figure.
Yeah. You have the Catwoman. What else? Do you have other premium format ones?
We have the Sirens. So those are actually Heathers.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Heathers, quote unquote.
No, those, I can actually, Johnny, I may need your help here. 2 of those were bought from the hall. No, so the Harley one we bought crazy early.
Yeah.
Harley was, when that first came out, that was the original.
Oh, that's right.
Format.
Yeah,
so it was a couple $100. Oh, those were what, $250 or something back then? Yeah. They've more than doubled in price. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But no, the Catwoman, and for the longest time, the hall was keeping some of the premium format figures in stock.
Yeah.
So the Catwoman and the Poison Ivy both came from the hall.
Yeah, nice.
One was a Mother's Day gift, and I forget what the other one was for.
Yeah.
Just she wanted a doll with a leather.
I wish my wife wanted premium format statues.
So no, when you look at that cabinet, that shelf is Heather's. All the rest of the chuffa that's in that case, the little shit's mine. The volume is mine. The nice stuff is hers.
But so you got that, but that's not what you bought.
That wasn't what I bought. So we went out for a little weekend out to Disneyland for New Year's.
Yeah.
And DJ's been out there recently. They have Disney has their own art studio out there, the Wonderground Gallery, which a friend of ours from various cons and somebody that we've bought a bunch of stuff from, Chris Aminga, has been contracted from Disney for the last few years now to do multiple pieces.
Yeah.
And I've bought some of the prints before and things like that. We went out there and they had the canvases for all 4 of his new releases.
Did you buy all 4?
2 of which were framed.
I hate you.
Yeah.
All 4 of them showed up yesterday morning.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Athena was super jelly. Athena's got the prints from all because Chris Aminga is her favorite.
So you have the ones he physically painted? Or
no,
are they
so what they do is they do canvas
editions?
reproduction. So they do a
because I thought he worked digitally or
they do a run of 95 of each of them.
Nice, beautiful.
So
they're limited. They're not. I'm not saying like they're not like super duper like expensive. They're just not as cheap as a print.
Yeah, no, they're not crazy.
No, they're not.
They're not
of them,
DJ Go crazy.
No, a couple of them I bought framed because you start doing the math and shipping it home and then dropping another $300 to get it framed here. You might as well just have it shipped framed
and a DVC discount, right?
Yes, so you get the 10% off there. So that certainly helped.
So if I ever did want to buy a Disney thing, I should not buy it. I should have one of you guys.
Just have one of us grab it there and we'll get the discount.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't need to buy anything.
No, so we almost got Athena. Her favorite artist is Chris Aminga. Her favorite artist is the Haunted Mansion. He did a Haunted Mansion. He did the 4 stretch posters from the stretching room.
Oh yeah,
and they're gorgeous. And she almost pulled the trigger on the canvas. She wanted it real bad. I was like, look, I'll split it with you. She was thinking about things. She goes, no, I'm just gonna get the prints because She just need a,
Yeah.
one day I'll get her something like that.
And again, to be fair, Heather talked me into the fourth one. I was only at 3.
What was the one weren't sure on, Chewy?
No, I was going Chewy. Harley loved the Vanellope and Ralph.
Yeah, I love that one too.
That one we got unframed. We got Chewy unframed. The Ewok. I didn't like the way that looked as part of the print. Yeah. I mean, the matting was cool and everything was cool. It didn't look right on just the white stock, but putting it on the canvas just made the thing pop. It looked gorgeous.
Oh, gotcha.
So we ended up getting the Ewok and the Haunted Mansion.
So where the hell are you going to put these up? I mean, you do have wall
space.
Those
are being stored until we get into the other
That's
house.
That's true.
Yeah, those are basically unboxed to make sure they arrived, which, goddamn, Disney just knows what the hell they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
These things were like suspended inside the box.
Yeah. They don't play
They have
around.
special boxes made for each size of their cells.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they did a wonderful job.
Nice.
I had some ideas for the new house with some floating walls.
Floating walls.
Just random walls. You're just walking down the hallway, there's just a wall in the middle of it with a bunch
I'm
of
picturing one of those, Disney art stores where you can slide the panels on the walls in there.
Yeah, just get some
that'd be ideal.
barn door sliders.
Yeah, well, once the construction is complete enough that we can go over and start doing our design work on the podcast/art studio, we'll...
You can walk through the first floor. There's stairs to nowhere right now.
Yeah.
As soon as we have a second floor, I'll let you know.
I'm sure, Joe, you get to build a custom house. I hate my house.
Yeah.
One day. I still got some time, so.
Yeah, like a decade on either of us.
That's close to the end of you guys.
Yeah, no.
We got a little bit of wiggle room.
No.
I'll sell some pops, build a house.
There you go.
Actually, I could build a house out of pops, but.
You get 1,000 pops, you could.
That's true.
You buy another lightsaber, you might have to.
Seriously, yeah. Studio apartment. Just me and the dog and my lightsaber.
Nice.
So it's 2019, and we've talked a lot already about some of the stuff coming up, like first quarter. Captain Marvel, Shazam, Infinity War 2, whatever, Endgame, whatever the hell it is. So, and we've brought before how we're all big fans of a certain ex-Rotund New Jerseyan.
Kevin Smith.
So one big thing that came out on the news is that they finally started pre-production on Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's taking physicals. It's ready to go. So probably end of next month.
Money are out there. They're
laid out. Yeah.
They will be. The crew's going to be going down in January, and then the talent will be following shortly thereafter in February.
Yep.
Like 5-6 weeks they start.
Yeah. So Chris and I, 2017 Boston Fan Expo, we went to that, and Kevin and Jay were there, and they read some of the scenes off, and it's going to be great because it's going to just completely
it's going to be fun.
Shit on all these movie reboots because they're making the exact same movie, just they're older.
Yeah.
Everything's exactly the same.
Yeah. I went back and rewatched the original the other day when it dropped on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Not like you said. I think I saw you post it like you didn't want to watch your Blu-ray rack.
Yeah, I was like, I have to watch the Blu-ray rack.
No, I just hit play. And it's still amazing that he got $50 million to make what was essentially a 2-hour inside joke with his friends.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like one of the reasons why I love the guy so much. It's like, you get paid to like hang with your buddies and do what you want to do. It's like, that's the fucking dream. Yeah. It's insane.
I barely get to do that for free.
I know. I mean, I guess when you can articulate the way he can things, because I can't, anyone who listens to this, all I say is and like. So
he's been
I had the vocab of a fucking 9-year-old.
Bunch of fucks, though.
That is true. That is my favorite word.
That is a bunch of fucks.
Nobody can say you don't give a fuck.
That is true. I give many.
He's been able to create himself a world where he's able to earn off hanging out with his friends.
Yeah. What will be interesting for me is, so obviously I've been looking forward to him doing something back in that universe, right? I've enjoyed Tusk, Yoga Hosers, Red State, but not wide consumable fare. Yeah. But this, I'm guessing that this will easily be his highest grossing picture. I think things are primed for that to get a nostalgia plus a millennial plus a marijuana legalization. There's just so many things that are primed for that to do.
And what he's gone through in the last year has put him firmly back in the public eye again.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, just it's beyond
free Weight Watchers publicity for
it. Yeah. There's 3 of us at this table without just paying for ourselves. That's probably 9 tickets sold just sitting at this table, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to see it multiple times. So that's coming out.
So it's going to be Cop Out, huh?
Cop Out.
It's going to be Cop Out. Is that the actual top over?
That's his highest gross. Just under
Zack and Miri?
Yeah, just under $45 million.
Yeah, but that wasn't his.
And then Clerks 2? Or was it then?
Zack and Miri.
Really?
Zack and Mary was 2.
I like that one.
Dogma 3, Strike Back 4.
Okay.
Clerks 2 was 5.
Well,
Okay.
we'll see.
We'll see how it goes. So there's that. So that's something. And anyone out there who's not a big Kevin Smith guy, so we're going to talk about it until it comes out because we're all very excited. So I apologize ahead of time.
Yeah, buckle in, kids.
Yeah, it's going to, also, this year is the 25th anniversary of Clerks, so we're going to try to do something for that some point in time throughout the year. Bring that up a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe go sit in front of the Quick Stop down in Jersey with the Zoom and record from in front of the Quick Stop in the parking lot, possibly.
That's a good idea.
There we go. See what else we got for the beginning of the year. The trailer and the release date for Punisher Season 2 came out for Netflix.
Yeah.
So Punisher will debut on January 18th on Netflix and get canceled on January 20th. So there's that to look forward to. They didn't show a ton, but if you watch Season 1, you know that finally, after many tries, someone got old Frank right. And that show was, it
was fantastic.
It was. And I don't know where you guys were in the books around that time, like early 90s, but when Warzone came out and then Arsenal came out, in War Journal, the newsstands around my house always had them. So I ripped through those books. I had all those Punisher books. So I do have some attachment to not just the character, but I know those stories real well and the themes and the tone. And it's the first time they ever got that right.
I think at that time I'd kind of already segued away from Punisher. I'd read the limited series when those were out, but I'd kind of moved. I was early 90s. I was kind of
I only knew him from iconography, right? The skull logo, stuff, but I never read it. My first exposure to, I don't think I watched that first Punisher movie they did. I did watch the short fan film that...
You ever see the Dolph Lundgren one from back in the 80s?
No,
it sucked.
Oh, God.
It fucking sucked.
But I loved when he came on Daredevil Season 2.
Yes.
Yeah. So I will definitely watch that, though I haven't watched Daredevil Season 3 yet.
Yeah, Punishers, I think they kind of kept it independent, although I always forget her name. I still call her Jessica because she was Vampire Jess in True Blood. Deborah, the redhead from Daredevil. What's your?
Oh yeah, it's
is it Karen in
Karen
Daredevil?
Page.
Karen Page.
Yes,
yeah.
I still call her Jess the Vampire.
I never saw True Blood. I will.
Oh yeah, that's
it's worth a watch.
That's a ride. Make sure the kids aren't around though.
Yeah, I got something I watched recently that I'll tell you about. But
okay. So that's coming out. See what else? Hasn't been a whole lot of new trailers.
No, we're still a little bit removed from your big tentpole season.
Yeah, so we've all seen Aquaman by now. Chris and I have gone back and seen it a couple more times. Have you gone and seen it
God
yet?
bless that movie.
I only have seen it once. Yep.
I'd take the kid and the wife wanted to go see it, and man, does it hold up the second time and the third time.
I like it more and more each time I see it.
Yeah, it's just fun.
I'm going to go see
That's the perfect way of putting it.
Yeah.
I talked about going to see it in IMAX. I know the kids would love it.
Oh my God, go in 3D.
Jen doesn't like those.
Heather doesn't like 3D either.
Yeah.
And absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
It's because it's Momo without a shirt on.
Yeah.
3D.
Any of your underwater scenes,
Each
you're just
scene is
immersed
a
in
warm
depth.
Polynesian hug.
Yeah. Warm Polynesian hug.
Here's what I've come, having seen it 3 times now, what I've thought about was I like this one more because it embraces the fact that it's a friggin' comic book movie.
Yeah.
We're not trying to make this thing anything else. It doesn't have some of that tone that the Marvel movie said.
Yeah.
It's not any more important that it's a fucking funny book that we put on screen.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's a goofy as shit character. And we're just going to let Momoa be goofy as shit.
Yeah.
And it worked. And I was a little taken aback the first time you saw the stills and everything. Okay, Aquaman's wearing jeans and a leather vest on
Yeah. Yeah.
It just works.
You never even notice it. Yeah.
No, it's just
all
Momoa being
Yeah.
Aquaman.
Well, we'll go see it.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's not just because, obviously, I'm not trying to be a DC honk, even though I'm a huge DC honk. But as I've seen that a couple times, and I'm still up in the air on Shazam, whatever, but
Shazam looks
Oh my
awesome.
God,
Come
yeah.
on.
It's
That's going to
I think
rule.
to me, in the same kind of vein where it's okay.
Big with superpowers. Come
Yeah.
on.
Exactly. But I watched the trailers for Captain Marvel a couple more times, and I watched the international one, and I'm like, I'm convinced now that movie's going to suck.
The trailer does nothing for me.
I don't know why.
It's like, eh.
Exactly. And not so much I'm crapping on Marvel, because obviously I love the Marvel stuff too, and it's just, I think like Chris had brought up, where they basically, like, everyone bitched at DC for like rushing into everything. They, I think with her, even though they were planning on bringing her in, are rushing to have an answer for Wonder Woman, and it's going to suffer for them.
You see some of that in the marketing.
Exactly. It's
They're
literally
mirroring a lot of it.
everything is Wonder Woman. It's the exact same shit they did for Wonder Woman, and I don't know why. I don't think the kids are going to relate to it.
It's going to depend on the Brie Larson portrayal.
Yeah.
It's any of your better heroes. You loved Iron Man because Robert Downey Jr. was Tony Stark.
Right.
Everybody's falling for Aquaman because they love Momoa.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Exactly. Even like my kid, who like we talked before, he knows the character, has like the first 10 issues of the 12 issues of the book, seen her in cartoon, whatever. I had to remind her, like, hey, that's coming out in a couple months. She goes, oh, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
She doesn't give a shit. Like, she's their primate. She's 17. She's a comic reader. Yep. She's a female. She could give a fuck.
But
she doesn't care.
They're second to the game.
She'd rather have a second Teen Titans go to the movies or something like that. She doesn't care.
I still need to watch that too.
Oh, yeah, you gotta do that. So that's...
Why are you here again?
Seriously. I know. Jesus.
You need a staycation where you do nothing but watch TV.
Yeah.
We're not going to ask you what you've read lately, because I know you have boxes of stuff you haven't touched.
Yeah, no. Have I read anything? I did read a comic. And I bought a comic.
Look at that.
No, I did read something. What is it? A book that I bought, but I read digitally because Batman Damned issue 2.
Oh yeah, I have mine. I haven't
morning, actually.
Yeah, that, and I'm still interested in it. But yeah, I bought it, but then I read it digitally because I didn't want to.
Same thing.
Didn't want to crack the book. Yeah, same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing. I have to go pick up books because I haven't picked up my new Shazam volume or any of my stuff lately. So, you know what's one thing we haven't talked about? So, it ended about 2 weeks ago or so. Have we all watched Titans?
Yeah,
all the way through.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about that then.
Yeah.
Anyone? Any objections?
No, I mean,
not at all.
Okay.
It was great.
It was fucking really good.
I mean, it was
really good.
a solid set of episodes, left you invested in the characters, the universe, no clue what's going to happen next. They brought in a big bad at the end and left it all open.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed it more and more as the season went on.
Yeah.
Me too. He like said, I had a problem with Starfire in the beginning. I've talked about how that's gone.
She rules.
I still do wish she talked like Starfire talks, but I'm over it.
But which Starfire? I mean, which incarnation?
Like the cartoon Starfire.
Yeah, well,
but that's not Starfire.
No,
and that's not the Titans either.
I know.
Right, exactly.
I know. I'm just used to it. I just like it.
I mean, they don't need as much of the. I mean, the language doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I think some of that's just thrown in for
it's a
effect,
little
which
over edgy, but
they're doing it just to say, we're edgy. You don't need
great.
it.
Yeah.
The content itself was fun.
So without being too spoilery, that last episode was defined by providing one of the biggest modern era non-Chris Nolan views of Batman and the Batcave and the Wayne Manor and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
God, like
it was.
I'm not even gonna put my dude. As soon as they showed Wayne Manor, that whole sequence with the stuff that happened with Batman, with him, and dude, my nipples almost cut through my shirt. I was so excited. It was phenomenal.
Yeah. Now, not seeing. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, but you don't see Batman's face per se.
They purposely don't let you see who's portraying Batman.
Right. And that was okay in the context of it, but that was really well done.
That's the thing. It was in the context of it because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's the image of Batman.
Exactly, because if that doesn't make sense to you and you haven't seen the show yet,
but
you'll
get it
when you see it.
Did it not feel like Batman from the comics?
Oh,
I mean, obviously there's lots of Batmans in the comics, but it felt the fighting, the gadgets, the environment.
Can't we just do the spoiler countdown and talk freely here?
Okay. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so
now go catch the fuck up.
Yeah, seriously, pay the $7 for a month and watch the show. So, Raven. I'm not gonna call her Rachel. I'm calling her Raven.
Yeah.
So Raven's mother, who as soon as they got on that train, I was like, oh, here we go. There's something batty with this fucking broad.
Yeah.
But they pull Trigon in, who is,
I don't know jack about.
Okay, so Trigon is.
I know he's her father.
Yeah, like dimensional demon lord father. In the books, he's this gigantic buff red thing, like Legend, kind of with
multi-eyes, horns, the whole thing.
Crazy looking. But he's, they did the whole human form thing like Blackheart from Ghost.
Yeah.
Whatever. Mm-hmm. So Dick Grayson, like, tries to walk into the house. They let him pass through like the force field because he's obviously gonna try to corrupt him. Because I forget the whole. They kind of let it through a bit. So something like in order for Raven to fulfill the prophecy, et cetera, et cetera.
He's letting Dick through because he needs Raven's heart to break.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Yeah. So she's instrumental in doing the one thing that she should not do, and her mother and her
she
father
likes Gar, but she has the attachment to Dick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as like
Dick's
almost like a father figure. Yeah. Which we've talked before. By the last episode, I was all on the
just
Dick
so you know,
train.
The 12-year-old in our group here just started.
Oh yeah, no,
giggling like a schoolgirl when I said attachment to Dick.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Maturity's a grand thing.
Yeah.
I had it once.
Fucking kids. No. So the way he portrays Dick Grayson, I think is great. There's a couple beats where it's like, but it works out. So it starts off. So basically, the entire last episode is almost like a coma dream. So it starts off. He's married to Dove because he's still hooked on Dove. Yep. Which I understand if you try to bring in like Barbara, because I guess in the books, like in the Batman Inc. stuff, it's Barbara Gordon, and the Titan stuff, it's Starfire, whatever. Yeah. That'd be too many characters. So you had Dove, which I mean, if you look at her, you know why he's hooked on Dove. She's not exactly hideous to look at or nothing. Yep. But they're married. They have a kid.
They had alluded to that relationship previously.
They did.
Troy had taken the dig at him.
Yeah, they did. Well, there's the one scene when Raven touches her hand and sees it.
Mm-hmm.
So Jason Todd shows up out of the blue in a wheelchair. He's crippled now. So he hasn't been beaten with a crowbar yet.
Spectacular casting of Jason Todd.
Yeah, the kid
you just wanted to beat the shit out of that kid.
I know. And honestly, like, even though I hate the kid, I cannot wait to see one day the kid have a pair of revolvers and a brown leather jacket on.
Oh, it was perfect.
Bring it.
Yeah. I'm trying not to think too far ahead or get my hopes up.
I have all kinds of ideas. I'm like, dude, give the kid his own show.
Next year.
Season 2, kill him, then bring him back and do an outlaw show.
That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah. I have all kinds of ideas buzzing in my head. So he goes to Gotham, because basically Bruce Wayne's finally snapped, and he's gonna kill the Joker because the Joker kills Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah,
which was a nice little twist.
Yeah.
And then he gets to Gotham, and Gotham's just gone to hell. It's like the Purge.
Yeah.
And Batman throws the fucking Joker off a building onto a car, and he's killed Two-Face, and he killed the Penguin, and everyone who works at Arkham.
He went to Arkham and killed everybody.
He fucking just offs everyone, the orderlies, the employees, the guards, everything. It was insane. And then it gets to a point where, Dick basically leads a strike force with Starfire's a federal agent for some reason.
Yeah.
Which was cool. I mean, it's a way to bring her into it. But they lead an attack on Wayne Manor. He basically tells everyone that Bruce Wayne's Batman, and they have to go take him down, and they storm Wayne Manor.
And go into the Batcave.
Yeah, and Batman just fucks everybody up. Yeah. It was glorious.
You have an hour episode where Dick is basically fighting all of his regrets.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's honestly like it was really smartly written.
Well, it's a bottle episode in that it's self-contained, which was a bit jarring coming from the previous episode because they're building up to this big bad confrontation, and you're in this last episode and it's completely, you're like, okay, is this sometime in the future? I mean, if you think about it, you figure out what's going on, and it's a Trigon thing, but it was awesome.
Yeah, and it ends up like, so I mean, I think we've all agreed before that the best scene you've had of Batman on film is that Affleck scene when he rescues
in
Martha
the
Kent.
warehouse or whatever it is. Yeah,
because it's basically Arkham City on film. This might be number 2 for me.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and watch
the FBI storming of the Batcave. Even though you don't see him that much, it's
so this one is not tainted by the rest of the movie around. Like, correct. I love Batfleck. I love that scene and the multiple scenes there. But it's tainted for me because I feel like I have to narrow the scope to that scene and how good it was. Yeah. Whereas this, the entire scope of Batman in that world as presented, I don't have to make apologies for anything around it. It was front to back. It felt very, very good.
Yeah, you can definitely see with this show the DC guys playing with the DC toys without any outside interference.
Yep.
you can definitely see like if you take that compared to like say even just Justice League, which was decent, you can definitely see where it's like the Warner Brothers.
We now have 3 independent live action DC universes, which does kind of bug me, right? You've got the Berlantiverse, you've got the current DC extended universe, which has taken a turn with Aquaman.
It has,
and now you've got this Titans thing, which is
I can see that
not directly compatible with the other two.
Let me take a step back though. Why do you feel the need to make apologies?
For Batfleck?
For that whole movie, the whole thing. Because we have a movie in the theaters now that's universally praised.
Aquaman.
That just crept by Batman v Superman.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So it's not in terms of clearly the fans went out.
Yeah, and past
clearly the fans went out multiple times.
And it's
for
crushed
Batman
a bunch of the Marvel movies.
Oh yeah.
It's doing very well, but it took something like that. It just crept over 900 million. It just went by Batman v Superman. So there was a lot of repeat viewing. There was a lot of people that clearly liked the movie.
Oh, I'm not a hater. I like Batman v Superman more than I like The Dark Knight Rises.
Yes,
I'm down with that.
I'm with that.
Largely well, though, I mean, I like many aspects of it, but the movie, but the movie wasn't that great all over itself.
It used the same voice in Venom.
Yeah. If
and Dunkirk.
Bodies, piles, heads.
If I could get Chris Nolan to remake Batman Begins and The Dark Knight with Batfleck, that would be stupid. But I think
I would have liked Batfleck better in that role.
Yeah. So my apology.
I mean, for what Snyder did,
Rachel's about to bomb. Rachel Batman.
And fuck Rachel. I mean, come on. For what they did, why did it take that long for someone to figure out? Oh, we just have a voice modulator in his mask.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can just talk. Duh.
Yeah.
Could have got that shit at Radio Shack in '72 for Christ's sakes. I mean, it's instead of like sounding like you need a lozenge the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to argue with it a little bit. I don't mind the 3 separates because here's why I look at it. So the CW stuff, it's great in its own right, and it does what it does, and they have a very limited amount of characters that they can touch. They're kind of all the B and C role. The DC thing is new, and I kind of see where you're starting this new thing. You don't want to integrate with that. Maybe you do someday, but also they're not reusing characters.
Yeah.
It's not like we have 3 Green Arrows.
You say that about the CW stuff, but Berlanti has done an amazing job of...
Berlanti wrote Titans.
The CW stuff. Berlanti has done a great job. He's producing. Of nibbling around the edges to the point where they have to let him use the rest of the toys. You have Superman on the CW.
That's true. That's true. And they mentioned Superman in Titans too.
They've mentioned Batman. Now you have Batwoman.
I'm seeing now Supergirl, so I forgot Superman was on.
You got all of that. So he has pulled in the entire mythos.
You're right.
But
to the point where
I haven't made it to the crossover yet.
Isn't his...
There's going to be a bat signal.
Yeah.
But you have Batwoman. So
Isn't his Superman Earth 2 or something like that, though? Superman, Supergirl, they're a different Earth.
Well, Supergirl came from Earth 2 because she came from CBS.
But...
CBS is Earth 1.
But here's the perfect example there. You say that as a comic fan. They're not catering those shows to you. They're catering those to my 10-year-old upstairs.
Which is perfect.
I see Supergirl. It doesn't matter where she came from.
Which is great. Which is great.
You know?
No, give me all of it. I I don't shit.
Yeah, just keep making it.
Oh, yeah.
But
I'm not honestly complaining. I mean,
I feel like giving you shit.
No, but those shows like The Flash, and not so much Arrow, but definitely The Flash, that plays more towards the comic book.
Yeah, because they have so many people on it. Yep. It's too many sometimes. But still, it's
a big cast, but
it is, it's
going to give you Crisis next year.
That's true. Oh yeah, Crisis is coming. So,
which is what I'm looking for.
But yeah, no, I mean, I said if they ever did decide to weave them together, I'd be fine with it. I mean, I'd be super cool with it. But I just think that for this whole thing where they launched this service and no one, like, I heard a lot of people say, why the fuck does anyone want a DC Comics channel? But so far with this one show,
it's awesome.
Yeah, I'll subscribe. Give me Titans next year. Here's my $75.
It was worth the $75
just for that show. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna get Swamp Thing this year too.
Yeah,
it's all gravy. And Young Justice just started too.
Shout out from what I'm hearing, Swamp Thing. The early images look.
Oh yes,
yeah. So
Chris has insider information.
Source, yeah.
So while we were out in California, we went to a WB studio tour, and we're lucky enough to have our tour guide be one of the hosts of DC Daily. He does some of the interview segments, John Coronas.
Nice.
So where the last time we had done this tour, it was all like Pretty Little Liars and Gilmore Girls, so it was very much Heather-centric. Yeah. Where I was just a kid in a candy store following this poor guy around. Yeah. Sorry, John. Like a little puppy. So then what happens?
Yeah. And then what's next? Yeah.
And from what he's seen and what he's hearing, Swamp Thing looks spectacular.
Which will be kind of amazing because it's in this current world of unrestricted content and artistic ability to tell a multi-episode long. I mean, this should be amazing.
I'm more excited to. So obviously, I'm a little biased because we used to. I think the Alan Moore Swamp Thing books back in the day.
Oh my god, that's my jam.
I think I've talked about. Was my brother's probably his favorite superhero.
Yeah.
So you used to watch the cartoon and all the movies and the TV show. We visit the set. And I can't wait for especially in this, like you said, the age where all these people who aren't comic people are consuming this information.
Yeah.
Everyone who realizes just how fucking badass Swamp Thing is. For him to kind of get raised up a level, and then possibly, I think we talked before too, I want somehow this to lead into Justly Dark. Some form of live action. I want Swamp Thing and Constantine and Etrigan and Santana.
I'm not fully caught up, but I'm starting I've watched the first few episodes of the DC Legends of Tomorrow. Is that it? Yeah. And Constantine's now regular on it.
Yes.
And I love the casting of that dude.
Yeah,
that
he's
dude
great.
Awesome.
He's great.
Fantastic.
That's great.
He's great.
If they can do a Justice League Dark bridging between the DC Titans universe, which is dark, and the Berlantiverse with that Constantine.
Oh, I think they would only. He voiced the Constantine anime movie. He voiced,
which was good.
That was fucking good too.
It was really good. It was pretty harsh though.
It was rough. It was rough.
A satanic pool of rotting bodies.
Oh yeah, that
was rough.
The Constantine stuff and the JL Dark stuff, they don't fuck around.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get that.
So one thing you just touched upon was the little frustration with the 3 separate worlds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wouldn't Crisis be the perfect time to rectify that?
It would be. Oh my god, it would be. Oh fuck, you could kill.
You're announcing the crossover more than a year in advance.
So they have a year to kill Jason Todd.
You have a year to reset the entire fucking thing.
Make it all
one Superman, one Flash, the whole thing.
One gorgeous tent with everything underneath it. Why not?
I kind of got chills there. That was
God.
That came out of your head. That wasn't a John.
No, that was nothing that anybody said.
Yeah.
But that would be. You're talking about. You touched upon it on Earth 2, and he was talking about the 3 different.
That's true. Yeah.
Streams. You can hit the reset button in one big bad way.
That would be interesting.
Oh my god.
You got to get rid of one of Superman. Because Cavill's contract hasn't run out. He's got one more on there.
Well, for what it's worth, the Superman on Supergirl is just not Superman enough.
No.
He's a good actor. Tyler Heckner?
He's a little too...
He's too thin. He's too angular.
It's not even the thinness. So it's not the fact that he's too thin. It's not the fact that he's... I think he's like half Spanish or something like that. I don't even care about that. Yeah. He doesn't look like he's from Iowa on a corn farm.
Well... Okay,
whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't even care about that. It's just something about he looks way too like GQ model-y to be Superman.
Yeah, he doesn't look like
he's too pretty for Superman.
Yeah, that's part of it's the tiny for me. He's a little exquisite. He's a great actor. There's nothing. The costume's nice. Everything.
It is. Yeah.
But
for I think he was better than Superman than Dean Cain.
Yeah. Okay.
But it would have taken Tom Welling over him.
That's true. Me too. Yeah, I would have too. Yeah. Which, by the way, I don't know if you know. So when Ollie tweeted out, Stephen Amell tweeted out the Crisis logo after that episode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw, but John Glover, Rosenbaum, and Tom Welling all retweeted his tweet. And he said something like, time to grow out the hair and dust off the trench coat. I'm like, if they bring the fucking Smallville guys, they bring the Luthers into Crisis with Tom Welling back, and we can finally see that son of a bitch in a fucking red cape. Because that's one thing they blew on Smallville. They blew that chance.
Yeah.
That would be so nice.
Did they really blow it? That was the basic tenet from episode 1. The whole premise for the show was
no flights, Clark and not Superman.
No flights, no tights. It was the model from.
After 9 years, you could have paid off. You showed him just standing. You had to fly. Just show him standing.
They gave you a payoff. He ripped open the shirt in the final episode and was going to take off.
I never watched Smallville.
Meh.
Oh.
Good show.
Yeah.
Fell off the rails a little bit in the middle, but ended well.
It's
Dark Side Cloud.
Yeah, any
They
of
did
those
the whole-
shows. I mean, there's some clunker seasons and
But but then again, it's like, that was the time when it was WB was merging and there was budget problems and stuff and writer strikes and all kinds of shit. But yeah, I would love to see that. Even if you bring Tom Welling back, not as Superman, bring him back as like Eradicator or one of the other Superman like spinoff guys or something like that. You know what I mean? Even do something like that.
No, fuck that. I want him in the tights.
Okay, yeah, do that. Do that. But yeah, so let's see. What do you want to do for top 3 of this one? So you want to let's go fucking back to Titans.
Sure.
Can everyone do top 3 Titans moments? Can you guys do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
Sure.
we can do that.
Okay. Do you want to
it up
start,
on the
Sean?
spot?
Do you need a minute?
Jeez, out of left field. I certainly won't have honorable mentions because I'll.
No, we
like
can
to
just
get
do
to
we can
three.
just do a straight 3.
So
I'll go first.
Beep.
Yeah, beep.
Chris, go ahead.
For me, I guess my number 3 would be the first time you're seeing Raven use her powers. To see Raven as the demonic image of Raven and not... Because all we've seen in any medium recently is Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
It's very much, flowers and rainbows Raven
Yep.
than anything else. So to see that demonic visage, like this young girl turn to that side, that was cool to see live action.
Yeah. My number 3 probably go. It's actually. Are you talking about the scene when she guts the guy basically?
Yes.
Okay, that's my number 3 too. When you saw that and you're like, oh yeah, this show
That's the first time she went like full dark.
They are definitely not fucking around when because that was brutal. It was really brutal. So yeah, I'd probably go just the overall like tone of it. It's that and like even like you go into Robin's first fight scene.
Mhm.
When you combine the two of those, you realize like it's not Teen Titans Go, it's not Teen Titans Cartoon, it's not CW, it's a whole new thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I did think of a number 3. Okay. The cult spy family.
Oh yeah,
right when they first go into the house of these Stepford family,
wives.
yeah, and just that kind of came from out of nowhere, no preamble whatsoever. And everything about that family and it just implied, global cult. I mean, it was a huge universe builder while being awesome, funny, and engaging.
And the family, it was a great turn when you get to the end of it where you go through the entire season thinking they're the bad guys.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
When actually they're the ones trying to save the world.
Yeah, exactly. It's insane.
They're still bad.
They are still bad.
They are still bad. They were going about it the wrong way, but
that's my number 3, the introduction of the cult family that we met.
Very cool. I think second on the list for me would be the portrayal of Jason Todd.
Yeah.
I think that out of any of the characters there, you're taking a little bit of a leap with any of the rest of them. Like, it still pisses me off that Beast Boy can only turn into a tiger. That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
They caught some flack online, so I think
That's bullshit.
they're going to add an extra animal next year.
I think, granted, yes, I enjoyed him mauling somebody, but...
Yeah, he needs to do it with the gorilla and stuff like that. Even like a mouse, just something like he needs to do some funny stuff.
But if you're looking for somebody that
Platypus or
was,
something.
like, you could have pulled right off the page, that portrayal of Jason Todd was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The casting was great.
it was.
The way he played it off, I mean, he's just a little dick.
He is.
Who thinks he's better than everybody else and enjoys beating the shit out of people.
That's
He
exactly-
just has a license now.
Exactly.
That's all. What about you, DJ?
For my number 2, I'm going to go the Hawk and Dove Origins episode as a whole.
Yep.
I really like the way they brought, because Hawk and Dove's kind of funny. It's like when they rebooted Hawk and Dove halfway through back in the day, I think it was the 80s, they kept the name the same, they just changed it to a girl. So they had his brother Don as opposed to his girlfriend Don. But that whole thing with them in school and then the accident, how they met at like the grief meetings and all that, I just thought that was all really, really well done. And I was very surprised and happy that they paid so much attention to, two characters who were on the show but not part of the team, and just very much, I mean, it's not Hawk and Dove are not exactly even the B team. They're like Wonder Twins level. So it was appreciative. And the writing was real good in that episode too, and the acting was pretty good, and everything kind of came together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My number 2 would be the scene. I don't know if she knew her name was Corey Anders yet, but I don't remember if they were Russian mobsters, but kind of one of those first episodes or two where we meet Starfire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know who she is.
Episode 2, I think that was.
Yeah,
It was early, I
that's
think
what
it
I
was.
feel. And so before she knows anything or remembers anything, she ends up, with these Russian mobsters in a nightclub or a back room or something like that. And, I don't remember the specifics, but that was where I was like, oh, whatever they're doing here is interesting. That was it.
And then she torches the whole
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Trashes the
Yeah.
place.
That was crazy.
So my top moment being the Perez Titans were my jam. I love that book growing up. So the biggest thing for me, they always alluded to Raven's father, but when they're on Starfire's ship and you see the hologram of demonic Trigon, you actually see the image of the Trigon that we saw in the books. That just 12-year-old me lost his mind. That's what we wanted. Not necessarily the guy that came out of the mirror, but the fact that they know what that image is and they're already teasing the fact that we're going to see that as this story goes on.
Yeah.
That was more than enough for me.
For me, it's probably a tie between Dick Grayson burning the Robin suit, and knowing that Nightwing is coming.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Nightwing's my jam. That and that, like we just talked about, that whole 11th episode, the whole second half of that episode with Dick Grayson and Corey and the Gotham PD storming Wayne Manor, was just something I never thought I'd ever see or that I ever wanted to see.
Was that the same Wayne Manor from Gotham?
It looked like it.
know.
I think
I was
it might
thinking
be.
at the time.
I think it is.
It felt familiar.
They reused the same buildings for everything because, like, in Arrow, Oliver's house in season 1 and 2 is Lex's house from Smallville.
Yeah, exactly.
Exact
They
same
used
house.
the same mansion in Vancouver.
Yeah, and I think they used it in one of the X-Men movies too. For some reason. So these are for a lot of stuff. So, but yeah, so I just, even though I know it's not really part of the show because it didn't really happen. It was all like a dream.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was fucking cool. It was almost like watching part of one of the Arkham games.
Yeah. Well, it didn't happen, but it was a dream of somebody who had been those places with those actions. So it's a kind of cheating that I will allow. It's just a dream. But we were seeing things that he knew intimately, remembered people. And so that was Batman. That was Wayne Manor and the Batcave.
And it's like, you almost think like he's almost like, because, as if you ever read like Doom or something like that, Batman's always so fucking paranoid. He has plans on how to take out he knows how to take out Green Lantern and Aquaman, all these guys. So in the back of his head, Robin devised a plan. If I have to take Bruce out, this is how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So it's like he's way more like Batman than he wants to admit he is.
Yeah.
So that was just like, it was good. I'm saying it's not going to win an Emmy or anything like that, but I thought the writing for a comic book show was superb. Yeah. So I'm going to go with that whole scene.
All right. Well, I'm slightly uncomfortable going last, so we shouldn't do that again. But but my number one, little weird because I realize it's off the main characters and storyline. But the thing that I really loved was the gray-haired main cultist dude. I don't recall the name of the character actor who did that, but when he was chained up in kind of like a shower.
Oh, the doctor?
The doctor he cut his own neck to test Raven and to show her power and things like that. That I loved him as an extension of that whole cult family and these people who are willing to be batshit crazy, but also apparently all knowing and willing to die. And that was kind of that. It was nice to have that anchor in the universe that the characters were going around. It was a nice through line.
Yeah.
And then when she undoes that shit.
Yeah.
That was
badass.
That was
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, no question I enjoyed it. Can't wait for more.
Yeah. So that was a good we had to ease in to it. We're gonna we'll get into like a 2019 like up and coming kind of thing. Next episode, the episode after. But we just had to, I said, we're all kind of rusty. So we just talked about all the stuff we've seen recently. So
unless we go see Aquaman again, then
go see Aquaman again.
We may go talk about that.
I'm probably gonna honestly, I might probably start pissing through Titans again. I got to build a lot of servers next week, so I'm waiting for VMs to spin up and start watching all the Titans again.
That's a great idea.
Okay, so top 3 Titans moments from season 1. Chris had Raven showing off her powers, Jason, the entire Jason Todd character arc, and the nod to Perez's Trigon. Sean had the kooky, crazy Stepford spy family. When Starfire burns down the Russian mob. And the doctor in the shower was Sean's favorite moment. And I went with both the same scene Chris talked about for Raven and also Robin's initial fight just setting the tone for the show. The Hawk and Dove story arc from, I think it was episode 9. And then just that Batcave raid from the end of episode 11.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Good stuff.
So once again, if you haven't, if you're not subscribed yet, you can hit us up on iTunes, SoundCloud, or Google Play. Follow us at FMen37 on Twitter. I can't even talk this year. It's already off to a bad start. I'm at Deidrenaut. Chris is at Chris Davis _37.
Yes.
Nice.
See, like Wicked Rusty. And Sean's at Vagaboka. Any ideas for top 3s or subjects or movies we should watch? Anything like that? I know Sean's
Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us.
Yeah, tweet.
Yeah, you want to tell me
anything.
Good ideas for using the wives to abuse DJ.
Yeah, we'll find a way to get the wives back into it. We'll even get the kids.
Don't tell us you're going to want the wives every time. DJ will cry.
Oh yeah, no, I'll quit. Me and Gonzo we moved to Mexico.
No, fuck, no,
No.
not Gonzo.
I'm very protective of my stuff, especially my Gonzo. So, fucking Christ. So we'll everyone we'll be back next week, and thanks for listening. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Later, guys.